If you've served this country and you're trying to figure out where to retire, I want you to hear this. Austin just ranked #1 as the best city to retire in for veterans. Not number 5, not number 10. #1, and it wasn't a fluke. This is the second year in a row. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down why veterans are choosing Austin, what financial benefits you might not know that you are entitled to living in Texas, and what the housing market actually looks like right now for buyers who are using VA loans. I'm Shannon Green, and I'm a realtor here in Austin. I've lived here since 1994, so I know all of the ins and outs of the city, the neighborhoods, the schools, the hidden gems that many people don't know about. And over the past few years, I've helped many families, including military families and veterans, who are trying to figure out where their place in Austin belong. So if you have served in the military and you are trying to figure out what part of Austin you belong in, this video is for you. Whether you're actively transitioning out of the military, planning retirement in the next few years, or just starting to research your options, I want to give you a clear picture of what Austin has to offer. We're going to be covering the financial benefits that Texas offers veterans, and some, as you may know, are genuinely significant. We're going to talk about the Austin lifestyle and why a lot of veterans really do thrive here. And I'll walk you through what the real estate market looks like right now for VA loan buyers, because that piece matters a lot in your planning. And stay through to the end, because I've got a little piece of information that a lot of people don't even know about, even longtime residents. Thinking about relocating to Austin or the surrounding areas? Well, I've got just the thing for you. My team and I have taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide, which is meant to save you hours of research, and I've linked it down below. From top employers to the best hospitals and a boatload of other things you might need to know before making the move. And the best part is it's 100% free. Just click the link in the description or the top pinned comment. I hope that helped. Let's start with the money, because honestly, that's one of the biggest reasons that Texas keeps showing up on the list for veterans when they're wanting to retire. And a lot of people don't fully understand how really significant these benefits are until they actually sit down and do the math. First, and this is a big one, Texas has no state income tax. That means your military pay comes in and the state of Texas takes 0 of it. Same with your VA disability compensation. Same with your TSP distributions. If you're coming from a state like California, where military retirement is taxed at the state level, this is a real meaningful difference in your take home every month. To put a number on it, let's just say that a military retiree is taking in about $3,000 a month in pension. You're looking at about between $2,000 and $5,000 a year in state tax savings compared to states that tax retirement income. That adds up fast. Now let's talk about property taxes, because Texas does have higher property taxes than some other states. And I want to be upfront about that. Here's where it gets interesting for veterans. If you have a service-connected disability rating, Texas has property tax exemptions that can dramatically offset what you owe. Veterans with a 100% disability rating receive a full tax exemption on their homestead. That means 0 property taxes on your primary residence. Veterans between 10% and 90% will receive partial exemptions on a sliding scale. If you are a 70% disabled veteran buying a home in the Austin area, say a house assessed at like $600,000, the tax savings from that exemption can be substantial every single year that you own that home. Next up is the Hazlewood Act. And this one doesn't get talked about enough. If you served at least 181 days of active duty and Texas is your home of record, you may be entitled to up to 150 credit hours of free tuition at any Texas State College. That includes UT Austin, UT San Antonio, Texas State University. And here's the part that really matters for families. If you don't use all of those hours yourself, unused hours can transfer to your dependent children at a school like the University of Texas, where we all know tuition can be expensive. 150 credit hours can represent more than $50,000 in savings. for a college education. And then there's the Texas Veterans Land Board, also called the VLB. This is a Texas-specific loan program separate from your VA loan, and they work together. The VLB offers home loans up to $832,750, land loans up to $150,000, and home improvement loans, all at a competitive rate for qualifying veterans. Now, here's the interesting part. You can actually stack your VLB loan with a VA loan in what's called a two-note arrangement, which can give you a blended interest rate that's lower than either loan alone. I work with buyers who use VA financing regularly, and the VLB is worth knowing about before you start shopping. Now let's talk about what it actually feels like to be a veteran and live here. Because benefits on paper are one thing, but community matters just as much. Austin topped Wallet Hub's ranking for #1 city for veterans to live in 2 years running now, in 2024 and 2025. One of the specific reasons that was cited in the report was that Austin has one of the smallest projected decreases in its veteran population between now and 2053. Now, what that means in plain terms is that the veteran community is stable and staying. You're not moving somewhere where veterans are starting to trickle out. You're moving somewhere where the community is holding strong. Texas as a whole has about 1.5 million veterans statewide. Austin sits within that network and also has the Texas Veterans Commission headquarters right here. It's at 1801 Congress Avenue, right downtown. That means state-level benefit help, employment services, education resources, and mental health advocacy are all here locally, not just on a phone line. Now, the VA healthcare infrastructure, one of the biggest ones, is the Olin E. Teague Veterans Medical Center in Temple, Texas. It's about 65 miles up north on I-35. And we have a lot of outpatient VA clinics throughout Austin. We don't have a VA medical center downtown, and I want to be clear about that because we all know that healthcare access matters. But the clinic network has expanded. And for many veterans, the combination of the clinic access plus private insurance or Medicare works out well for them. And honestly, the lifestyle here aligns with a lot of veterans. Outdoor access is massive. The Barton Creek Greenbelt, Lake Travis, McKinney Falls State Park, the Colorado River running through the city. If you've spent years in a structural environment and you're ready for hiking, biking, kayak fishing, being outside becomes super easy to do. And Austin delivers all of that outdoor activity, which is why so many retirees love being here. And the job market is actually worth mentioning too, because a lot of veterans might retire, but they're not done working yet. They're looking to transition into a second career. And Austin's tech sector is real. We have Dell, Apple, Tesla, the Gigafactory, Samsung, and we now have a lot of cybersecurity and defense type jobs here in the city. And we all know that military experience can translate really well into management jobs or operations, logistics, and Austin is a great place for all of these. Okay, we're about halfway through and I really don't want you to skip this next section because this is where we're going to talk about the real estate market and what it really looks like right now for a VA buyer. This is where the planning gets real. Let me give you an honest read on the Austin market right now because I think veterans deserve a straight answer and not all the hype. From the Austin Board of Realtors May 2026 data, and this is Austin proper I'm talking about. The median sales price is $535,000. That's up 3.9% year over year. Homes right now are averaging 52 days on the market. We're right at almost 5 months of inventory. And to give you some context on what that means, we are kind of in a balanced market, although it feels like a buyer's market in some areas. And pending sales are up 20.3% compared to last year. That last number is important because it tells you buyers are coming back, and it's also a seasonal thing too. If you zoom out to the broader Austin MSA area, which is Round Rock, all the counties around, we're talking Bastrop County, Hayes County, everything around Austin. That median price point drops to around $440,000 because we all know when you move out of the city, it's a little more affordable. We're at about 4.7 months of inventory there, and pending sales are up 14.3%. So depending on where in the metro you land, the story changes. Now, what does that mean for a VA buyer? The market has stabilized. We're not in a free fall, but we're also not in the frenzy that we were back in the day. Inspection contingencies are back on the table, and VA loans, which might have gotten passed over due to cash buyers back in the day, are far more competitive today. This is that window where buyers who might have been sitting out in the past few years, this is that moment they've been waiting for. Now, I do want to acknowledge the interest rate reality. Interest rates are still elevated compared to a few years ago. We are in the 6 to 7% range, all depending on the loan and the day. The VA funding fee and how you structure your loan matters. If you have a disability rating at 10% or more, you are exempt from that VA funding fee. That's a significant amount of savings at the closing table. Where you land in Austin really depends on what you're prioritizing. If healthcare is a top concern, North Austin will put you closer to VA outpatient clinics and cut your drive to the VA main facility in Temple. If school districts are driving the decision, then we can get together and I can share information on schools and drive you to the right resource so that you can learn the best schools that you might want your kids in. And the good news is we have them north, west, south, they're all over Austin. If affordability is the primary driver, then we can narrow down your search to those areas that make sense, but still put you in the right spots for your kids and for medical. At the end of the day, I like to sit down one-on-one with you and go through what your lifestyle looks like, what your medical needs are, what school needs you might have, and then we can really draw a map out and see what areas of Austin make sense for you and your family. That community matters so much and you want your lifestyle to be enjoyable day by day. And if you're planning to use VA financing, I always encourage everyone to get pre-approved before starting their search on their home. Lenders who focus on these VA loans know how to structure your loan to give you the most advantage, especially around that Texas Veterans Land Board combination that I spoke about earlier. It makes a difference in what you qualify for and what your monthly payment is actually going to look like. Now, a couple of things I want to highlight. If you have a 50% or more disability rating, Texas will give you a super combo hunting and fishing license for free. Free access to all the Texas state parks. That's also included. That's not a small thing if you're planning to spend a lot of time outdoors, which most veterans that I know are. And if you're transitioning into a second career, new veteran-owned LLCs can register for free and are exempt from Texas franchise tax for the first 5 years. So if you're thinking about starting something after the military, that's a meaningful head start. And if you happen to be a military spouse with an occupational type of license from another state, like nursing, cosmetology, teaching, contracting, Texas has provisions to transfer that license without having to start from scratch. That matters for families where both partners are trying to start a new start in a new state. Now, Austin has a lot of people that have relocated here from somewhere else. A lot. That means the social fabric in the city is pretty welcoming to new people. You're not moving into a place where everyone has lived here forever and might not have any room for new relationships. Veterans especially tend to find their people quickly, whether it's through veteran community organizations, through outdoor activity groups, and honestly, just through the neighborhood themselves. I just relocated a family here. They moved here this weekend. He is a veteran and the whole family moved, and they are so excited of setting up their roots in Georgetown. And in this community, I have been told that there are a lot of veterans that live there. So I am certain that they're gonna find a sense of community right there in the neighborhood. So in general, people in the city are welcoming and you can easily find your tribe here, no matter where you come from. Here's where we landed. Texas genuinely offers a very strong financial package to a veteran. No state income tax on your retirement and disability income, meaningful property tax exemptions, free college tuition through the Hazlewood Act, and dedicated home loan programs. And Austin being specifically ranked as the #1 city for veterans to move to, along with so many different things to get engaged in the community. There's a reason why people move to this city, including veterans. Now, if you are watching from somewhere else and need a strong agent in your area, I am networked to many agents across the country. Reach out to me and I can help you find a good one. And if this video was helpful, hit subscribe. I put out content regularly to try to help people understand this city, the community, and how to fit in best and find the home that fits their needs. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you on the next video.